welcome to the 32nd annual Tipton on Crouch chili eating contest. Give it up for our first contestant, Mr. Allbark, who will be taking on the Scotch bonnet.
Look at the size of that thing, it's tiny.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Didn't your parents ever tell you that?
Mine did, and I'm really thankful actually, otherwise I'd probably have just dismissed Final Fantasy VII when I first saw it in the shops as a boring white void simulator.
Oh, thanks for imparting your wisdom, Mum. If it weren't for you, I'd never have devoted hundreds of hours of my life to the best video game ever made.
You're welcome.
But even then, after absorbing decades of parental wisdom and enjoying books with that on the cover and befriending people with faces like this, I still sometimes fall foul of my own subconscious prejudices, particularly when it comes to games.
Here are 7 video game enemies we seriously underestimated.
Entry number 1. The Stranger from God of War. Now, don't worry, I know it's not been out that long, so we're not spoiling anything beyond the first hour. During which time Kratos and Atreus get a little knock on the door.
Who is that?
Dunno, mate, but somehow I doubt it's the local Avon representative.
Kratos then comes face to face with this guy, and at first I was like, ha! Look how scrawny he is! He's got no idea who he's messing with. Oh my god, Kratos is going to mess you up so bad.
You don't want to go doing that, mate. He's done it again. He's going to get so mad with you.
The stranger keeps at it until boom, Kratos blocks him, does an angry face, and then wham! Crunches a divine ham fist into the stranger's stupid, cocky face.
That's right, mate. You would not listen, would you? You just kept going on and on and on and on.
And thus begins a 20-minute dance of underestimation of the stranger. We go from lol, look at how skinny and small he is, to oh, this is just one of those tutorials made flesh sequences where I'll learn a bunch of new moves, to oh wait, this must be one of those fake bosses you have to lose to, so Kratos has some sort of catalyst for leaving home, to eventually, oh my god, please just leave me alone. What did I do to you? All I wanted was to have a nice first session of God of War. I wasn't expecting a multi-stage boss like this so soon. Why won't you die?
I mean, it's a brilliant intro. We're introduced to this mysterious, mega powerful antagonist who we instantly hate.
And we get a nice glimpse at the raw, beyond human strength of Kratos as he punches through cliffs, heals himself, and deflects a boulder the size of a house with just his shield and an angry expression. But flippin' heck, the stranger, I was not expecting any of this. Entry number 2 is the Final Fantasy one, and I could have gone for Cactuars here, but I opted for Tomberries instead because I distinctly remember my first fight with one in Final Fantasy VIII. It appeared on screen and I was all like,
Run home, little goblin boy. Otherwise I'm going to Renzo Kuchen the life out of you.
And so I waited and Tomberry got closer and closer, and by this point I'm wondering how it isn't dead yet.
Got lots of HP, haven't you, little guy?
And then it brings out everybody's grudge, a sinister move that deals damage based on how many enemies you've killed so far, all while making that creepy noise as it ominously edges towards you.
In Final Fantasy VIII, you can fight the Tonberry King, and if you defeat that, you get to summon Tomberry as a GF, which is one of my favourite things to do in the game.
That's right, mate, you should be doing your little anime sweat thing because there's more to Tomberry than meets the eye, namely a really sharp knife that will almost certainly wipe you out in one hit. Respect the Tomberry.
There is the friendly Yan as well in Final Fantasy IX, but I don't really want to talk about that.
Instead, number 3, I'm going to talk about honey badgers in Far Cry 4. Now, we've all seen that YouTube video, haven't we? You know, where the honey badger doesn't care and it eats the snake and goes and puts its face in a bee's nest and gets stung everywhere and is all like, whatever, honey, yum. So maybe we should have been more prepared for these little beggars, but even having seen that video, there is no preparing you for fighting honey badgers in Far Cry 4.
You can go in with machine guns, with rockets, with grenades. They don't care. They're just gonna be all over you.
Honestly, come on. Look, I know in real life that for you, honey badgers, cobra poison is about as potent as lager shandy, but these are actual
Virtual.
bullets going into you here. Just die already, for crying out loud. Oh my god, how have you won? Right, it's mine time. Okay, that did do it. Entry 4 on our list of 7 video game enemies we seriously underestimated is Gaunter O'Dim from The Witcher 3. Spoilers for the Hearts of Stone expansion if you haven't played that yet. So, who remembers that nondescript, NPC-faced nobody Geralt meets in a White Orchard tavern right at the very start of the game? Exactly, and why would you? He is a guy built to be forgotten. He's not physically intimidating, he's not got long silver hair and a black trench coat, he's literally just some bloke in a pub. You're not so much underestimating him as simply not estimating him at all. 50 hours of gameplay later, however, and he returns in Hearts of Stone and reveals himself as O'Dim, a mysterious entity with the power to grant wishes and take souls and apparently create storms so Geralt can escape from boats.
Interesting, you might think, but we're still not really scared of O'Dim. Intrigued, absolutely, but intimidated? No, we're Geralt after all.
Then things take a turn for the sinister. If you're like me, you'll have started a new game just to confirm he actually is there in the tavern at the start as he claims, the confirmation of which sent a cold whisper down my spine. And then we get a full-on demonstration of both his terrifying power and even more terrifying temper and sadism. During this infamous cutscene, O'Dim gets annoyed at this drunken tavern patron, stops time with a clap of his hands, inserts a spoon through the drunkard's eye, and then restarts time again.
I mean, I pretended to be a serial killer taxi driver in GTA, and even I think that's a bit dark.
As the story unfolds, you learn O'Dim has existed in some form or other for millennia. A malevolent being that delights in tricking humans out of their souls and who is described by Professor Shakeslock as evil incarnate. If you choose to help Olgierd at the end of Hearts of Stone, you even get a glimpse of a possible true form. Snake-like eyes and demonic features. Ugh. Encountering O'Dim makes you feel tainted and terrified. He's not a hulking member of the Wild Hunt in Sauron cosplay. He's not a dragon or a vampire. He's just a man.
And he is by far the most horrifying enemy in the entire game.
We're chilling out with a bit of Shadow Warrior 2 for entry number 5. And look at the cute little bunnies.
Oh, look at the cute little fluffy. Why would you put those in a game where I have got a massive sword?
I mean, I know it's wrong to press the stab button in front of a collection of polygons coded to look and act like a cute little bunny rabbit, but I can't help myself. I just have to. I have to see what happens. Oh my god!
Oh my god, that happens! That happens!
No, please leave me alone. Oh, I deserve this. I deserve this so very much. Entry 6.
My name's Quiet Steve. I'm a Dark Souls NPC. Never made it into the full game. I'm probably not as sexy as Petrus of Thorland or Quilana of Izalith. I'm probably not even pronouncing that right. But I enjoy my life. I get by with what I can scrape together from treasure chests. It's a hard life sometimes, yes, but, well, you play the hand you're dealt, don't you? Oh, here's a treasure chest. This is when I get all excited. Could be anything in there. A ring I could sell, maybe. Woohoo! Right, let's get you open. Oh no, that's not treasure at all. Ah!
Bloody mimics, and they're not exclusive to Dark Souls either, are they?
My least favourite mimics, enemies that by their very nature you will underestimate, seeing as how your initial estimation is, oh look, a treasure chest, appear in Dark Chronicle. Horrible, chompy little beggars bursting out of chests and giving me a heart attack when all I'm trying to do is clear up so I can play a nice round of Sfida.
They are a cheap trick, they really are.
And then there are king mimics, which are the absolute worst. You know, they're so bad you have to get in your ride pod to kill them. Horrible things. Die! Our final entry is Sans from Undertale. That's right, Undertale fans. I hear you. It's on the list. You can stop flaming my DMs now. So Sans is a bit of an enigma. He's a major character in the game and, spoilers, at the end, sort of acts as a judge, a moral barometer, taking note of your actions throughout the game and then acting accordingly.
For those of you who don't know, Undertale is an RPG that delights in playing about with and subverting the tropes of the genre.
For example, most RPGs reward grinding. You level up, you power through, you take down enemy after enemy, but in Undertale, if you do this, then the enemies eventually run out. And if you kill every enemy in the game, an approach given the incendiary label of genocide route, then at the end, Sans decides to fight you.
Which is a bit weird. I mean, he's got 1 hit point, he's got 1 attack power, he's got 1 defensive power. What could he possibly do that's going to be any... Oh my god.
Sans starts the fight with his most powerful attack, wryly commenting how he doesn't understand why everyone doesn't just do that.
Yeah, Sephiroth, why don't you just use Supernova straight away, you massive idiot?
And then proceeds to smack your soul all over the place, forcing you to jump over bones, dodge lasers, and furiously curse at your inability to land a single attack. But it's fine, actually, because the music is amazing, and I could listen to it forever. Sorry we killed everyone, Sans. Sorry we underestimated how strong you'd be. Sorry I haven't put Undertale in a Friday feature until now. This is karma, right? Luckily, you can still do the right thing, which is to like this video, subscribe if you haven't, hit the notification bell if you have, stick your own examples of enemies you underestimated in the comments, and join us again at the same time next week for another Friday feature. Thanks for watching.
For the players.